Good morning, sir. I am Maria John Beatriz Peña from Group 6, and we're going to present the topic about lean manufacturing. Lean manufacturing is a methodology that focuses on minimizing waste within manufacturing system while simultaneously maximizing productivity. Lean manufacturing, also known as lean production or lean, is a practice that organizations from numerous fields can enable. Some of the benefits of lean manufacturing can include reduced lead times, reduce operating cost, and improve product quality. For example, the Toyota Motor Company is one of the greatest examples of lean manufacturing, and continuous improvement fully embraced in a company culture. Their methods for continuous improvement are so well developed and precise, they have their own name, the TPS, or means Toyota Production System. There are 5 principles of lean manufacturing. Number 1 is identify value, determine the value expected and desired by the customer through meaningful interaction, and develop a strategy to bring the relationship between value and price closer. Organizations need to have a firm understanding of their customers' expectations to serve them with the highest level of value. In most cases, customers are focused on receiving a specific amount of value that coincides with the price of a given product, and by eliminating wasteful practices, it's possible to leverage lean manufacturing principles to increase value while providing the best possible price. Number 2, map the value stream. Identify the value stream for the products that provide the value that customers are looking for, and determine how to reduce and eliminate waste along each stage of the stream. After reviewing the complete life cycle of a given product, supply chain, or organization need to be able to identify areas where improvements can be made and where waste can be reduced. Each stage of the process, from design and manufacturing to fulfillment, delivery, and disposal, should be mapped and analyzed to determine weak points that can be improved. The rule of thumb here is that if it doesn't add value to the customer, it doesn't belong in the value stream.
The third principle of lean manufacturing is create flow. Create flow is develop a method of ensuring a continuous flow of manufacturing and fulfillment so that products are produced at or near the same rate that they are required. The modern day flow principle pays homage to Toyota's just-in-time system, where organizations plan their strategy by accurately forecasting both demand and supply so that manufacturing can be placed on cruise control. A significant source of waste is a disruption of manufacturing due to inaccurate supply and demand planning, where organizations suddenly have their too much inventory or too little, leading manufacturing processes to stop abruptly and then ramp back up quickly. So, ang create flow is isa ni siya sa mga key principles sa lean manufacturing. It emphasizes the smooth and uninterrupted movement of products or services through sa production process. Then, it's about eliminating any disruption, delays, or bottlenecks that could slow down production. Kani nga principle is nag-aim to optimize the workflow to ensure that work moves steadily from one stage to the next without interruption, waiting times, or excess inventory build-up. By creating a continuous flow, companies can improve efficiency, reduce waste, and ultimately deliver products or services to customers more quickly and reliably. The fourth principle of lean manufacturing is establish pull system. Establish a pull system that eliminates waste by only triggering the production of items when there is a demand for Then, pull systems work to eliminate waste at each stage of the process, but only when the appropriate planning is initiated as part of a comprehensive strategy. If the production of goods only commences when there is demand, the organization needs to ensure that they can accurately forecast demand so that the manufacturing never actually stops, but instead stays constant through demand ups and downs. That said, there needs to be a good balance, as too much supply and not enough demand can lead to costly warehousing fees. In other words, more waste and less value delivered to customer. A pull system in manufacturing means that production is triggered by actual demand for the product, rather than producing based on forecast or a predetermined schedule. Makahelp na siya to eliminate waste by only making what is needed when it's needed. Then, however, accurate demand forecasting is crucial to ensure continuous production without overstocking. Balancing supply and demand is key to avoiding excess inventory and costly warehousing fees, ultimately delivering more value to customers while minimizing waste. The last principle of lean manufacturing is seek perfection. Analyze metrics constantly so that areas of improvement can be easily identified in the pursuit of enhancing the customer experience. In a perfect world, the number of steps in the product life cycle would continue to decline, as would the time, information, and resources that are required to bring products to end users. By collecting and analyzing data from various sources, organization can eliminate weak links and create a far more streamlined process that enhances the value for customers and reduces both cost and waste along the way. Perfection is perhaps unattainable in a literal sense, but there is always room for addition of improvement. So, the final principle of lean manufacturing is about striving for perfection, which means constantly improving processes and culture in the workplace. It's challenging because it demands ongoing efforts to refine and optimize operations to achieve the highest possible standards.
10 ways to reduce waste with lean continuous improvement. First thing to reduce waste with lean continuous improvement is to really understand how your business works. Businesses and organizations are complex. It is this complexity that leads to business wasting money. Inefficiency can creep in so many ways. Under the inefficiency is the inconsistent working. Next is inaccurate working, duplication, and also the production of redundant outputs. Next thing to reduce waste with continuous improvement is to focus on the outputs. As we have seen, a process is a transformation. It transforms inputs into outputs, and it is the outputs that really count. It is very easy for all of us to spend every day busy doing things, but we aren't producing anything, so there is no output. It is very likely that we are doing is wasteful. This is very quickly picked up when doing the process mapping. Next way to reduce waste with lean continuous improvement is to ask the person who does the job. While the person who does the process mapping doesn't need to be the person who does the job, their input is important. They, more than anyone, will know where the inefficiencies are and often are just waiting to be asked about them. They are also likely to have some pretty good ideas about what should be changed to make the process more efficient and save money. Next thing is to look at the handover points. This is often where the most business waste arises. one department produces something and is not quite in the format that the receiving department needs it. So it needs to be reworked to make it useful for the receiving department no longer use it all. Even though effective lean continuous improvement may take some time, once inefficiencies are picked up at the process handover points, and once addressed, the changes made can immediately start to save money. Next thing is to look for the bottlenecks. If something is waiting to be dealt with at a pinch point or bottleneck, then it's not delivering any value during all the time. Ask where the bottlenecks are so that they can be tackled first. Lean organizations are exceptional at finding the steps in a process that aren't delivering any value. If you find these and fix them appropriately, then you'll be surprised at how effective your lean continuous improvement projects is in addressing and cutting out waste quickly.
Ang number 6 is involve the person who owns the process. The process owner is the person who has the authority to change a process. Involve them in the process mapping, and then if a change is to be made, they can say then under that it is approved. So ang 6 mo na ang person nga na authority nga moutro sa proseso ug mo-approve. So number 7 is implement best practice. Very often the same process is delivered in different ways in different parts of the business. Once the correct process is captured, the correct process as it looks right now, the best practice process, the one which the most efficient can be identified and adapted to that. So ang kaning number 7 kay mo ni ang pag-implement sa saktong pamaagi para mulambo ang proseso. So ang number 8, capture key data at the process level using a BPM system which allows a business to capture and report on key data.
What is just-in-time? Just-in-time is an inventory management method in which goods are received from suppliers only as they are needed. The main objective of this method is to reduce inventory holding costs and increase inventory turnover. Companies employ this inventory strategy to increase efficiency and decrease waste by receiving goods only as they need them for the production process, which reduces inventory costs. This method requires producers to forecast demand accurately. So, ang just-in-time, ay hara sila mudawat og nga kanang produkto og kinahanglan na or na anay mo kung bitaw mo palit. Just-in-time production. Just-in-time production sometimes called lean manufacturing or lean production turns traditional manufacturing thinking on its head. Rather than producing goods and supplying customers from stock. Just-in-time processes focus on producing exactly the amount you need at exactly the time your customers need it. So, imbis na maggama sila og mga product para i-stock, so ang just-in-time production, na sila focus sa paghimo og sakto ra kadaghanon og kuan sa sakto nga oras kinahanglan sa mga customer. So, just-in-time production is a full system of providing the different processes in the assembly sequence with only the kinds and quantities of items that they need and only when it needs them. Production and transport take place simultaneously throughout the production sequence inside and between all the processes. The primary objectives of just-in-time production are to save warehouse space and unnecessary cost carrying and to improve efficiency, which means organizing the delivery of component parts to individual workstations just before they are physically required. Time is a method where you only get what you need when you need it. Instead of keeping a lot of stuff in storage, you wait until you need it and then get it. This helps saves money and space. So, ang just-in-time production is like cooking exactly the right amount of food for a dinner party just in time for when your guests arrive. Oh, gana na siya. Instead of making too much and having leftovers or not enough and leaving guests hungry. Oh, you prepare just the right amount at the right time. This way, you minimize waste and ensure everyone gets what they need when they need it.